Beyond Mortal Boundaries. Chapter 7. The Keys of the Kingdom. In most organizations, there are the do's and the don'ts that are often so overstressed, they blot out the road of glory completely. The pots and the pans of the Hebrews have finally so filled their lives, there is little time or opportunity left for praising the Creator. Others so emphasize food taboos, they forget all the spiritual glory and blessings of our loving Mother Father. Some believe that lovely apparel or beautiful jewelry is an abomination and a transgression, not realizing that Prime Creator created all beautiful things. The only ugly things upon this earth are the things men's hands have brought forth, and since womb man was Prime Creator's crowning creation, she was intended to be the most beautiful of all, not in pride or vanity, yet in a sacredness of tribute. Her loveliness was to be offered for the divine glory of Prime Creator. Like the perfection of a flower, the song of a bird, the indescribable beauty of a perfect day. As one accepts the higher laws of love and devotion and joy and praise and gratitude, he does not need to be clubbed over the head in order to give up his errors and weaknesses and immaturities. It would be like taking a child and beating it to make it outgrow its desire for dolls, for roller skates, for bicycles, or for any other childhood attachment. A child will automatically outgrow the things of childhood if left to mature properly and with love. Parents who pound their small children or their older ones into churches and conformities, thinking they are saving their children's souls, assuming they are guiding them into heaven, often find out too late that they have driven their precious ones into hell and lost them mayhap forever. They have lost their love, at least. When children do love their parents, it is the most precious gift possible to receive. Yet it must be earned. Remember, love can never be forced. Love must be won and held through a respect and an appreciation of the child's rights also. Children, obey your parents has been emphasized down the centuries, yet there is another great law rarely looked at and seldom, if ever, considered. This most important one is, parents, provoke not your children to wrath. Ephesians 6:4. Cherish this law and live it. As one steps into this higher work, divine service to divine love, he gives up nothing except the ugliness within himself. He gradually relinquishes his own weaknesses, dislikes, hates, prides, selfishness, his desire for self-acclaim, his greeds, and his lusts, and these automatically drop away as his feet tread the divine highway of Prime Creators, as his feet tread the divine highway of the gods, in the pathway of his own overcoming. This is not a pathway of stress or of torture. It is a pathway of discipline. It is true, yet it is a joyous path of divine discipleship as one moves forward and upward with increasing power and understanding and understanding and everlasting happiness. Automatically, one releases his own inferior traits as he develops new and more noble ones. He does not need anyone to stand over him with a club or even an accusing finger pointed at him. He outgrows his unworthy traits and leaves them behind like old rags. And no man can be his accuser. Each individual stands alone with Prime Creator and is accountable to Prime Creator only. If one fails to overcome, then he is only failing himself. And that too is his privilege. Yet he who succeeds benefits a whole world. It is utterly impossible for anyone to start on this journey of holiness and keep going without these divine, holy principles of love and perfection becoming a very part of himself. They embed themselves into his entire being like an inner cloak of glory and can never again be cast off or discarded. And no one can continue to travel this road of holiness, of love, of devotion, or of reaching for the fulfillment of perfection without eventually reaching its glorious ending. It is impossible for anyone to keep going and not get there. Those who often have the most difficulty in traveling this highway of holiness are not so much the sinners as the self-righteous. These may be the ones who have developed too much personal ego, edging God out, no bueno, too much personal ego in their own method of service, as they continue to relate their own experiences as though they were in some manner far superior to others. Because Prime Creator has directed them upon occasions, they assume it was because they were more favored of Prime Creator. This is possible, yet that favor is lost in any self-acclaim. It is easier to give up any trait or condition or thing than the little self with this boasting trait. These precious ones believe they are glorifying Prime Creator in the retelling of each personal experience of their lives. Instead, they are only dragging along their own stairways. They are completely overburdened with this heavy load and with the past. These often have great difficulty in stepping across into the realms of light and power. Their pathway is blocked by themselves. Prime Creator bless such mistaken ones. They usually insist that they are only letting their light shine forth. They realize not that they have developed no light as yet. They comprehend not the real meaning of light. The command is, let your light so shine, that others, seeing your good works, might glorify Mother, Father, God, which is in heaven and on earth. It does not say, let your experiences be shouted forth, that others hearing your words may glorify the Mother, Father. As one sends out light, he must have learned to comprehend and to release light, and no individual is filled with light until his eyes become single to the glory of Prime Creator. One learns to send out light, the great light, through casting the darkness from him and developing eyes single to the glory of Prime Creator instead of to his own. Then it is possible for you to be so filled with light, it will flow forth through him to heal and to bless all with whom he comes in contact. He will never need to bear witness of that light. It will bear witness of him. This is accomplished through loving humility, not for self, yet for Prime Creator. God's kingdom is not in word, yet in power. These blessed ones will take no longer, perhaps, to reach the great fulfilling than others, yet they too will make it in time, as that little grubby mortal self wears itself out and humbles itself in a devotion that sings in an ever-increasing you within the purified heart. And now there is this bit of information I am instructed to share as this divine road of holiness is opened wide.